Welcome back on deynonmod. Today I want to propose you a video about the unbox review about the Transformers Aerialbot Slingshot. This goes to create the combiner gestalt Superion, that it was one of my favorite since I was a child. I had the legs, the arms, never had the central piece, okay, and technically this should be my third of the combiners, because when I was a child I had Devastator that technically I lost. Then I created Volcanicus Core, and this would be the third. Technically, along the time, I've seen tons of Superion created by other Tardemax, but never been completely satisfied. Also this, from the Hasbro, it's not really completing my taste, but it was official, so I said, okay, I want one, here I have a completely new one, so okay, make this. But I hope that in the future will be released a core version, maybe like for the Volcanicus, or anyway something a bit better, because I'm not quite satisfied, because technically there is the center part that it's all the one, and these are simply accessories, so it's a sort of Menazor remade. I don't completely like these things. Anyway, I love Superion, so I'm okay with this, because anyway I wanted the robots. So I'm okay anyway. Eventually in the future I'll create a showing that I have another Superior in the back, and this showed as robot, or as eventually the flights ones. So okay, this is the second one that we can find, and we see that I made the review about the first one, that it's AairRaid, so you can find the link in the description, and I make also inside the comparison with AairRaid itself, so that we can see a big difference about them. And I look, because this it's my second favorite about the Aerialbot ones. My first one was AairRaid, and the second one it was Slingshot, so I'm completely satisfied to have this from the beginning, so I'm quite glad. And so about the box, we can find that here we can have this that I like as images. Here we can find that there is the plastic cover, and finally, because it doesn't keep dust inside or so on, I quite like. Moreover, because you can see that there is the plastic keeping here, so it was useless to have all in cardboard and then the part in plastic as we've seen in other models. So okay, I quite prefer like this, and it's much better. Then we can find here this part that we can find this, that it's part of a puzzle. If we combine with the other boxes here, the one about the raid, we should create the 13 primes all around. Sincerely, I'm quite curious, because as you can see, these are the 1 and the 2, and even inverted these ones, we can find really this should be the one in the left part. So as you can see, it's something that it has to be completed. So I'm quite curious if combine all the 5 ones, have the final project, because I'm really quite curious about. Then we can find here the back, where we can see the robot var mode and the alt mode, and here we can renew that it's about the combiner, so okay. And here we have imagine about Superion that I quite like. Sincerely, I suggest you not to throw away this box, because I quite appreciate it. Still, if you want to diminish, eventually cut off the image and so on, because even this could create a poster, it could be nice. It's a way to keep these images, because they're beautiful in my opinion, so it's quite nice. So let's start to open this, because I'm quite curious about playing with this. I really want to have fun, so let's go. Okay, here we have the instruction that I always suggest you to read and see, because it can be useful for the transformation. I remember that this is a part of the gestalt too, so you have to understand how to separate these two parts. Really, this is something that I can appreciate in some way, but I hate that it's like this, because it's not really an arm like the Slingshot in G1 version, but a separation part and a dimensional of the central model. That it's not bad, but at the same time not completely great. Here the guarantee as usually. And so now we go to see about the robot, and first about the accessories. So here we have the weaponry that are quite nice. Usually there will be only one weapon, but this it's double. Okay, not bad. I quite appreciate it. I love this paper that it's about the how to bought one for the accessories. Sincerely, I hope that in the future there will be also the, I can say, the statute one, because it will be quite nice. Still really quite nice. So let's put this away and free slingshot. About the box back, eventually you can reuse them. Okay, it's not the best because there is quite a big hose, but still not bad. Okay, it could eventually be used for something else like a background or so on, cut off. It's an option eventually. Let's see better this model. About the arms, we can see that we have quite a lot of mobility, so it's really not bad. About the head, we can find that we can move up and down, left and right, not bad too. Also here we can rotate, I quite like. And about the legs, you can see that there is really quite a lot of flexibility. Also the feet can be moved in a lot of ways, so it's really not bad. The only problem is this hold here, that it's a bit of pity because it's the only surface that is exposed, because if we flip everything else, it's covered, so it's really quite not bad. Then we have about the weaponry, we can put on here the back of the arms, here on the feet, there is the space here, or on the part here of the hands, so okay, and also here when it's vehicle mode. So we have a lot of ways to store them, and I quite appreciate these ones really. So I really quite like, it's really not bad. Also the arms, they are thin as they should be in the original one, so there are really quite a lot of resemblance and quite nice. Here we can make a size comparison of AairRaid and Slingshot, and we can see that they are almost the same. Okay, AairRaid technically is slightly higher, but it's practically the same, so it's quite nice in my opinion, and really quite amazing one. As you can see, they are really of the same theme. About the legs only, I can think that it's better here than this sort of combine that there is. Okay, eventually we could put this up, but it's better like this. It's better hiding in my opinion, and more like the original one. So it has okay, not bad. It's really quite intriguing about these two models. I want also to compare Slingshot with a Rocklord. We can find that they are almost the same height, so it's really quite nice to see them together in my opinion, because they are really quite intriguing ones. And then a comparison of Slingshot and Volcanic Skull, we can find that they are almost the same height. Here we can see that it's okay, smaller, so it's also compared to AairRaid a bit smaller, but anyway, remember that this technically it's the arm of Superion, this it's all, but okay, it's quite fun to see them together. Sincerely, I think that they are really quite intriguing ones. Transform and roll out! So let's see about the alt mode, and I think that it's really quite amazing. See under here, it's really quite welcome. The arms are perfect put, so it's quite like, I like the transformation about these legs that make them really hide, so you can see them. It's much better. Also here, it's really quite done quite well, so it's welcome as option. If we compare with AairRaid, we can find a massive change, because see, here the head is still visible, here it's at least hidden in Slingshot. The arms here are pathetic, okay, here are hidden, so they are part of the transformation, and they simply changed. And moreover, see under here, okay, see what is the difference between these ones. The volume will be the same, but here we have legs that are completely disappeared. Here has this that it's crazy. At least if they should rotate, that doesn't make these visible on, it will be much better. It's really a mess. And about the alt mode, really, Slingshot bypass and really crash completely AairRaid. Up, I still prefer the AairRaid because it's my favorite, okay? Still, okay, it's not bad. We can see really the difference. And okay, we see about the future ones, but this, it's an amazing model. Moreover, see, I can simply deploy here this one without any problem. Wow, I love this alternative version. It's amazing, much better even than the robot version, that it's really quite good. So let's see about the comparison with the Rock Lord. We can find that they are really quite similar as size. Okay, they are not bad at all. It's really quite intriguing. And okay, so it's really a model that I really quite appreciate here. It's really quite beautiful. If you want to know how to transform this in the arm of Superion, take these ups, simply because you can keep it better in position. Take something that you could use to point this pin, pressed, and voila! These are then pieces that can be put on the arm of Superion. So it's not bad in my opinion. It's quite simple one, and you keep that completely in position, because as you can see here, there is this that can keep perfect. So if you don't push, it doesn't detach accidentally. So it's not bad at all. I quite appreciate, sincerely. Okay, so simple one to transform, but you need a tool, or eventually we see if in the Superion there is something that let you press directly this, so that you can detach eventually. So okay, not bad at all. So we've seen also the arm of Superion. So what do you think about Slingshot? Sincerely appreciate it in both robot and alternative mode. Sincerely, I appreciate more in alternative mode because it's perfect. If we see about robot in comparison with AairRaid, we can find that they are quite similar, but I still prefer a bit AairRaid. In the alternative mode, AairRaid it's awful. Sincerely, I would prefer that the part about outreach and make them disappear will be the ones that we've seen from the Slingshot, even if it has these heels that are quite big, but it's better than this. Okay, nice legs, but awful bottom part about the alternative mode, because it's really quite awful, that one. So okay, I think that it has quite a lot of potential, sincerely, so I quite like, and I'm quite curious to see the next one. Tell me what you think about, because I'm quite curious. Anyway, from deynonmod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So I hope to see you again to the next time.